So thank you very much, Rita. It was a good exposition, and thank you for including comments about the keynote speeches this morning and to match what we are doing with what we presented this morning. That was very, very good, very useful. Now, I would like to introduce you to Sevgi Ozkan. She is an associate professor from the Middle Eastern Technical University in Ankara, and she will talk about our work done from the perspective of students. So, Sergi, if you want to join me here, I think that can close.
Do this? Is it? It's fine, isn't it? No, this is the wrong presentation. Oh, what is the learners? Well, the title looks like it's the Vienna conference. There was another conference that we presented our project, so it's the same slide, so that's why the name is the same. But as Carme just mentioned, we have three perspectives to our model, so we thought we should consider our model from the student's perspective, from the, well, students we took as learners, because learner is a more generic term for any person who is taking a virtual course. And we have the institution perspective, and we have the teacher's perspective, which my colleagues will talk about after myself. And in terms of students, how students or learners can benefit from the VIRQUAL model, we can have a couple of scenarios here. Well, you could consider yourself or any person as a learner being who could fall into one of these four categories here, but it could be as well some other people, some other learners who could also benefit from the VIRQUAL model. The first one could be a learner from a higher education institution or a vocational education and training level person pretending to attend a virtual course from the same country, from, for example, from Italy, then applying, looking for a virtual course in Italy or from any other European country. Or it could be a learner from, again, a vocational education and training level or a higher education level, willing to have the competencies required in a virtual course from another country, recognized or accredited. So it could be that you could be in Italy and you could be looking for a virtual course located somewhere else in Europe. And you're looking for the competencies or whether these two courses, well, the course matches to your needs, like looking into the learning outcomes, the assessment methods, and the level which it matches in your own national quality framework. Or you could be a learner from a higher education or, again, a vocational education and training level, willing to have the competencies required on a virtual course recognized by a company or of another country. So it doesn't have to be an institutionally based course. It could be a virtual training course. So if it's the course offered by a company, you can again refer to the VIRQUAL model and check if your needs are matching for that particular course. And you could be a learner from a vocational educational and training level or higher education level again, wanting to verify if the virtual course chosen has the right assessment methods and provides the competencies stated. So you could be looking for, you could have picked up a virtual course, but then you don't know if the assessment methods actually meet the course that you're looking for. So you could check the VIRQUAL model, or you could refer to the VIRQUAL model and verify your needs. So the target groups, in terms of those, are students in institutions of higher education, can benefit from the model as a reference framework, or students in institutions of vocational education and training, employees in general that pretend to acquire new competencies. So it could be an employee taking a virtual training course. Professionals that intend to apply for jobs in other countries, just like Rita just mentioned before myself, that an engineer in Italy looking for a job or taking a course and then applying for a job, so you could state that the course you've taken is compatible with your country's needs. So it's a good framework for that sense. And professionals that want to be members of bodies of regulated professions in other countries, the same. So because level 6 in one country may not match to level 6 of another country's quality framework, educational quality framework. So you can justify that with our model. And unemployed that are looking for competencies acquired in other countries, the same unemployed people who want to train themselves and improve themselves can also refer to our model. So there are a couple of steps that we have proposed, but these are not, these are only to show you how the model works or how you can benefit from the model by the procedure that you may wish to follow when consulting as a student, as a learner. So the first step is looking into our VIRQUAL ILO database, means Intended Learning Outcomes database, in which we have the database, a learning outcomes database, in which we have all these different various virtual courses, and this has got all the learning outcomes, so you can refer to that learning database to check if the course you have picked up matches matches to your needs, like in terms of learning outcomes, of course. And my colleague will show you how you log into the database and how you can check the particular course that you're actually looking for. And after verifying the learning outcomes, you can verify if the assessment methods used in that particular course matches to your requirements. So you can actually check if it's, for example, a course about project management, then you can check the various project management courses and see what kind of assessment methods they're using and whether it's suitable to your needs. And the third step talks about verification of the course, actually verification of the level of the course, because if you could be looking for a master's level course, for example, level 5, and level 5 may not match the same level in different countries. So you're actually checking in the third step whether that particular course is meeting the competencies in terms of the European qualifications framework and national qualifications framework. For example, you could be targeting, being in Italy, targeting a job in Finland, so you should be considering that you're taking a course that's suitable for Finland, for example, as an engineer. And step 4 is if these 3 steps are not enough, then you can go into the VIRQUAL model to look into more details about that particular course you're looking for, and if you want to learn more about that particular course. That's all I want to say about the learner's perspective, and now we'll move on to the institutional or teacher's perspective, either of those. And by looking at those 3 perspectives, the model is complete afterwards. Thank you.